Thank you, Dr. Anthony. We'd like to call up Manu Tripati. Manu's in the media industry and directs a popular radio FM station, Bollywood station. He's the co-founder and director of Hospital Guide Foundation.
Good afternoon, good evening, or good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's with a lot of honor that I have come here. I mean, it's a big honor for me because I'm a media guy. I'm used to standing like this and actually creating better programs. I would just like to know what kind of section. Do I have doctors here? I just want to know how many from medical profession here. Okay. How many doctorಗಳು ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಇದ್ದಾರಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಬರೀ ಕನ್ನಡಗೂ ಮಾತಾಡ್ರಿ. Okay. Lawyers. Do I have lawyers here? Okay, that's right at the back. Let's be on the thing. The rest students. Do I have a lot of students here? ಎಲ್ಲ ಯಾರು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಇಲ್ಲ. ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದ ಜನ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಹೆಂಗೆ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಸ್ಕಾಲರ್ಸ್? Okay, because I'm in very august gathering, I thought it's always better to know who you are actually talking to. And it would be interesting because we've had a lawyer, we've had a doctor who's an ethical person, and he's gone ahead and dedicated his entire life. I think it's, in these kind of cases, you don't have to look at any kind of evidence because the way they've lived their life is living proof. I've had a lawyer from NLS who's come and actually spoken about how NLS is going to be a part of this movement. I have one man who's one of the experts in terms of surgery on babies, neonatal expert, Anthony, Dr. Anthony, who is covering the doctor aspect. But the biggest aspect of this entire equation is the common man. And today I represent that common man. Nanu nimtara, nimaurtara, I am the common man in here. And it has more to do with what I thought of this from the outside. What have I perceived doctors as? What have I perceived the medical practitioner as? What is the business? And I'm trying to give an outside perspective. So in the next 2-3 minutes, I think I'm going to try to wrap up a quick story of how we started Hospital Guide Foundation. Me and my wife is an Oxford graduate. She worked with the IT companies. Then she also worked with some leading hospitals. And then she came back to me one day and she said, you're an HR guy. You're a guy who's worked with all of these other big companies. Would you believe it? A cardiac surgeon has targets. By 4 ki 5 surgeries, if you don't do, no incentive. I said, no, it's not possible, yaar. I mean, how can you go ahead and do something like that? It's medical. This is not, I mean, come on, this is not food or something else. This is medical. She said, no, doctors are being pushed. Doctors are being pushed more and more to get into the corner and said, bhai, aapne to ek hi test karaya. Where are the other tests? You could have got 4 tests potentially out of this guy, and you've got 1 test. Where does that put you? I don't want your 20 years of experience. I want you to get some more tests. We couldn't really believe it. So we started Hospital Guide Foundation. The bottom line of Hospital Guide Foundation was that every citizen in this country should get the best of advice. ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟಾದರೂ ದುಡ್ಡು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ದುಡ್ಡು ಮಾಡ್ತಿಲ್ದೆ whatever ನಿಮಗೆ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಅಡ್ವೈಸು ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರಿಂದ ಸಿಕ್ಕಲೇಬೇಕು ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಅಂದರೆ ನನಗೆ ಜ್ವರ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಫೀವರ್ at least that I have a fever should come and with the thing from the best doctor, which is the thought we had when we started Hospital Guide Foundation. Now I'm a guy who's worked with the corporate for the first 10 years. Then I moved to the media thinking I'd probably do something for the city or the country. And I had all the vision, mission, values. I said, let's put it together. And we came up with the name. I approached some people saying I'm trying to connect doctors. They said it's stupid because my values was ethics, competence, compassion, something that doesn't make sense in time right now. They said, are you foolish? You have something so abstract that you're trying to get in. Where is the money? What are you trying to start? I was quite disheartened, but any which ways I spoke to 1 or 2 doctors. We made cold calls to doctors initially, and this was 5 years back, and we spoke to them saying we are starting a movement. All we want you to do is on Facebook, on our Hospital Guide page, if anybody has a problem, reply to them, not the complete diagnosis, but just guide them so that they move on to the next step. And if you can take their phone call the next time, that would also help us. 5 years back, we started this movement. We said to the doctor, we are not making money out of this. So we are not going to give you money out of this. We told the patients that we are not making money out of this. This is just to make sure you guys get good health care. Everybody laughed at us. Today, 5 years down the line, I have 520 doctors on my database. They're covering Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, Bangalore, all over. Each of these by a single NGO, which means that the ethical bit in my country is not yet over. There are people, there are doctors in my country who are absolutely ethical. Quite a few are sitting in here. You can check the parking outside and see most of them don't have swanky Mercs. I think that's a big giveaway on you guys. He rides a cycle, you know, one of the, he's doing 100-kilometer cycle rides, you know. And that's the kind of doctors that we have around. And we built Hospital Guide. Today, we are an NGO under a Section 21. Pharmacy, or like you spoke about the pharma companies, quite a few of them kind of told us, we'll make products, you know, softballs, putting Hospital Guide Foundation. It'll be good. You guys have 60,000 members. I have refused any kind of funding. I run it from my own salary, which I make off the media. Hopefully that looks good. I play Bollywood songs. I make people laugh. But I'm still running it with my own money. And today I proudly stand here and say, my country, if someone like me can so deeply look into the medical profession, stand here in front of all people saying, I can do this work absolutely free, and there are people there to support me. This country, I think the biggest backbone we have is hope, and I think I define it right now with the organization that I'm running. In addition to that, I started a parallel bit with Hospital Guide Foundation, where we not only helped people, we started reaching out a little bit more to do this data collection. Data collection is a sore point with healthcare in India. We're trying to see from Hospital Guide Foundation if we can address it with some latest methods. So at least small sectors we are trying to cover in terms of accurate data. As we say, even in a war, intelligence is everything, you know. Here data is everything, and we don't have data because people don't want to give data. So I think some more IT companies actually coming in and using their brains a bit into this, and an amalgamation of software will definitely help us. But anyway, getting back to Hospital Guide, I hope it wasn't too boring, but this part's pretty interesting because I've started now interviewing doctors. In my last 4 months, I managed to cover about 44 of the top doctors of what we think are in this country. And I kid you not, most of the points that have been addressed here have been spoken about. What I have noticed from most of the doctors is somehow wherever there is more filter levels, so to say, are put, invariably doctors are a little bit more have to be ethical. For example, if you are in an academic institution, you are already verified from your student, you have your peer who's checking it out, and then you have your senior also saying, and this is on every single consultation, correct me if I'm wrong. So that by itself, you can't go ahead and over-prescribe anything in there. And I noticed that from a very large crowd from AIIMS that I interviewed. The doctors that I spoke to here were smiling half the time. They told me a lot about healthcare. What surprised me was that probably the healthcare mafia is kind of beating the real estate mafia, you know? And it kind of got me a little thinking, because I'm a Bollywood guy, so I said maybe if I'm going to make a movie, just imagine the villain is a doctor or a hospital guy. I think that also has already happened. And there's quite a bit of that written as well. So anyways, I'd just like to conclude this talk with a very, very big thank you. I just want to say that India as a country has hope. We have geniuses. Most of them are scattered in this room. There are quite a few that are being connected by Dr. Saab. We just have to believe and go on. My last part is, if there can be a Filmfare Awards for a stupidly ridiculous 2.5-hour Bollywood movie where people are paid up to 30 to 40 to 50 lakhs just to become an actor, why can't the finest orthopedic for the best surgery get the same damn kind of an award out there? Imagine the kind of motivations doctors will have. When he passed the line that's saying that doctors are getting scared that their skills will be wasted, it put a little shiver up my spine. I propose we need to have serious doctor awards, something like the Oscars, in which the best of doctors are felicitated regularly. You have stuff where you're talking and saying, right now I have with me the man who conducted the first heart transplant. He's there with me. Congratulations for making sure that it happened in India, and giving him across something like that. Thank you very much for being patient enough to listen to me. Thank you all.